Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges all members of Parliament to work together to fulfill aspirations of people who elected them. India conveys to US that it will go by its national interests while dealing with other countries. Home Minister Amit Shah reviews security situation and status of developmental activities in Jammu and Kashmir. Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu calls for launching special campaigns in schools and colleges to make students aware about harmful effects of drug abuse. And in ICC World Cup, New Zealand set a target of 238 runs for Pakistan at Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged all members of Parliament to allow the Lok Sabha to function seamlessly to fulfill the aspirations of the people who elected them. Replying to the motion of thanks on the President's address in the Rajya Sabha, he advised the Congress to shun arrogance of its majority in the Rajya Sabha. Mr. Modi said people have given the incumbent government a huge mandate.
2019 का चुनाव एक प्रकार से दलों से भी परे देश की जनता लड़ रही थी। देश की जनता ने इस पूरे चुनाव को अपने सर पर उठा लिया था और जनता खुद सरकार के कामों की बात लोगों तक पहुंचाती थी।
The Prime Minister said India is aiming to become a $5 trillion economy and appeals to all states to take part in the economic development of the country. Mr. Modi said the opposition has problems with technology, digital transactions, Aadhaar and GST. He advised it to allow the technological changes rather than seeing them with negativity. Talking about electoral reforms, Mr. Modi said Indian voters are mature and cannot undermine their own wisdom. He asked all political parties to participate in the dialogue on one nation, one election to save time and money for development. The Prime Minister said there should be a uniform yardstick for all acts of violence, whether it takes place in Jharkhand, West Bengal or Kerala. He termed the Jharkhand lynching incident as painful and said the guilty should be given a harsh punishment. He, however, said that calling Jharkhand a hub of lynching and mob violence is unfair and an insult to the state. Taking inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi's 150th year of birth anniversary and 75th year of independence, Mr. Modi appealed to people to adopt small changes in life and work to inspire a big revolution. Prime Minister Modi termed Ayushman Bharat as a revolution in health services to the poor. He said deaths of children in Bihar due to acute encephalitis syndrome is unfortunate. However, Mr. Modi expressed solidarity with the state government and confidence that the country will collectively come out of this crisis soon. India has conveyed to the US that it will go by its national interest while dealing with other countries, including the sanctions hit Russia. The message was conveyed by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo during their meeting in New Delhi this afternoon. Replying to a media query on the US countering America's adversaries through Sanctions Act, which may impact India's procurement of the S-400 missile defense system from Moscow, Dr. Jaishankar said India has relationships with several countries. In a joint press interaction, Mr. Pompeo said India is an important partner of the US and the bilateral ties are reaching new heights.
I can say that the U.S.-India partnership is already beginning to reach new heights. We've bolstered our defense cooperation. We've solidified our common vision for a free and open Indo-Pacific. And we've grown cooperation in energy and in space and in other areas.
Dr. Jaishankar said U.S. Secretary of State shared with him American concerns on Iran. He said discussions with Mr. Pompeo were held on key issues, including energy and trade, as well as on the situation in Afghanistan and the Indo-Pacific region. He expressed appreciation for the strong support of the Trump administration on the issue of terrorism.
We discussed a number of bilateral and global issues. On terrorism, express our appreciation for the strong support that we have received from the Trump administration. We have, of course, Prime Minister's initiative for a global conference on terrorism, and I'm sure that's something the U.S. would look at positively.
Earlier, Mr. Pompeo called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi this morning at his residence in New Delhi. The Prime Minister expressed his strong commitment to achieve the full potential of bilateral relations in trade and economy, energy, defence, counter-terrorism and people-to-people contacts. Secretary Pompeo conveyed greetings of President Donald Trump to Prime Minister Modi and congratulated him on his electoral victory. Mr. Pompeo's visit comes ahead of a meeting between Prime Minister Modi and the US President on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Osaka, Japan later this week. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has left for Japan to attend the 14th G20 summit in Osaka on the 28th and 29th of this month. The theme of the summit is Human-Centered Future Society. Food security, energy security, financial stability, terrorism-related issues, innovation in digital economy and artificial intelligence will be discussed. Former Union Minister Suresh Prabhu is the Prime Minister's Sherpa at the summit. More than 20 countries will be participating in the G20 summit. Our correspondent covering the Prime Minister's visit has filed this report.
Around 25,000 security personnel are deployed in and around venue. 9 areas of Osaka will have heavy traffic restrictions from June 27 to 30. Roads will be blocked when the VIP motorcades get their police escorts to and from Kansai or Itami airports. 10 sections of the Hanshin Expressway will be closed to traffic from early in the morning until late night during the G20 summit. Traffic to and from the International Exhibition Center in Tex, Osaka will also be prohibited. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Osaka, Japan.
The Asia-Pacific Group of the United Nations has unanimously endorsed India's candidature for a non-permanent seat of the UN Security Council for a 2-year term in 2021-22. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Syed Akbaruddin, informed this in a tweet. He thanked all 55 members for their support. The countries include Afghanistan, Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Cambodia, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Malaysia, Mongolia, Oman, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan and Papua New Guinea, among others. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today chaired a high-level meeting in Srinagar to review the arrangements, including security plan, for the peaceful and smooth conduct of the 46-day annual Amarnath Yatra beginning on the 1st of July. He reached Srinagar today on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. This is his first visit to the state after assuming charge of the Home Ministry. The Home Minister also reviewed the status of developmental activities, including Prime Minister's Development Package PMDP that is under implementation in the state. Governor Satyapal Malik, Home Secretary Rajiv Gauba, State Chief Secretary BVR Subramaniam, Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Ranbir Singh, DGP Dilbagh Singh and Divisional Commissioners from the Valley and Jammu attended the meeting. More from our correspondent.
Home Minister Amit Shah chaired the high-level meeting at Sher-e-Kashmir International Convention Center in Srinagar. He was briefed about the arrangements including security plan for the peaceful and smooth conduct of upcoming annual Amarnath Yatra beginning on 1st July. Home Minister reviewed state's developmental profile including Prime Minister's Development Package and centrally sponsored schemes in the state. He was briefed about the overall security situation in the state and also about counter-militant operations. Tariq Rathar, AIR News, Srinagar.
Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu has called for launching special campaigns in schools and colleges to make students aware about harmful effects of drug abuse. Addressing a function on the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking in New Delhi today, Mr. Naidu said there is need to prevent people, particularly youngsters, from falling prey to drug abuse. He said both the government and the civil society have a big responsibility to ensure that potential victims are made aware of its perils. Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment flagged off the 17th run against drug abuse at Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in the national capital with an objective to raise awareness against drug abuse. Mr. Gehlot said government started a survey program across the country from 2018 to know the number of people who are drug addicts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio this Sunday. The Prime Minister has been raising several important issues through the monthly program, which is aired on the last Sunday of every month at 11 a.m. In his Mann Ki Baat address on the 26th of February 2017, Mr. Modi had shared his thoughts on digital transaction, which has a major role in the fight against corruption and black money. He had said digital transactions in the country are witnessing a very rapid surge and the young generation is getting habituated to digital payments through their mobile handsets.
भारत में भी डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन बहुत तेजी से बढ़ रहा है। खास करके युवा पीढ़ी अपने मोबाइल फोन से ही डिजिटल पेमेंट की आदी बनती जा रही है। ये शुभ संकेत मानता हूं मैं। हमारे देश में पिछले दिनों लकी ग्राहक योजना, डिजिधन व्यापारी योजना, उसको भारी समर्थन मिला है।
Our correspondent spoke to some students and shopkeepers who are using digital payment system and say transactions through this mode have become quite easy.
My name is Vishal. There is a lot of difference now as compared to previous times. Now more people are opting for digital payment, or you can say plastic money or card payment as compared to the cash payment. The ratio must be of around 70 to 30. 70% is the digital payment, 30% is the cash payment.
I am Satish Vasudeva. I have a shop in Connaught Place, Regal Building, Delhi. We accept Paytm. It's easy to use. It's very fast. No any charges also. We don't accept credit card because it's in that some charges were deducted. So we are very happy to receive these.
Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has appealed to people to listen to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Mann Ki Baat program and also encourage others to do so. In a video message, Mr. Javadekar said it is a unique program with an aim to ensure participation of people towards nation building. Mr. Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday.
मन की बात दुनिया का एक अनोखा कार्यक्रम है, क्योंकि शायद ही कोई प्रधानमंत्री हर महीने हर परिवार के सभी लोगों से संवाद करते हैं। ये मन की बात हर महीने के आखिरी रविवार को सुबह 11 बजे आकाशवाणी, दूरदर्शन और सभी जगह से मिलती है और सोशल मीडिया पर भी उपलब्ध रहती है, नमो ऐप पर भी उपलब्ध रहती है।
In Assam, the additional NRC draft exclusion list published today consists of 102,462 persons. Sources said the persons whose names appear in the additional draft exclusion list are those persons whose names were included in the draft NRC published in July last year but have subsequently been found ineligible due to various reasons. Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat has stressed the need for holistic approach to fight the challenges of both drought and floods in the country. He was speaking at a workshop on flood management in New Delhi today. Mr. Shekhawat said challenges of climate change and unpredictability of monsoon have emerged as one of the greatest problems facing India. The government has appointed over 250 officers, including additional and joint secretaries, as central Prabhari officers of 255 water-stressed districts to coordinate the Jal Shakti Abhiyan. In the ICC Cricket World Cup, New Zealand have won the toss against Pakistan and decided to bat first. New Zealand were 46 for 2 in 12 overs when reports last came in. The match is being played at Edgbaston, Birmingham. The toss was delayed due to a wet outfield. Tomorrow, India will look to maintain an unbeaten streak when they take on the West Indies in their next World Cup match at Old Trafford in Manchester. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges all members of Parliament to work together to fulfill aspirations of people who elected them. India conveys to US that it will go by its national interests while dealing with other countries. Home Minister Amit Shah reviews security situation and status of developmental activities in Jammu and Kashmir. Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu calls for launching special campaigns in schools and colleges to make students aware about harmful effects of drug abuse. And in ICC World Cup, New Zealand set a target of 238 runs for Pakistan at Birmingham. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.